Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to a new game. Not new, new to you, new to me. The Legends of Grimrock, or Legend of Grimrock, more specifically. I have been addicted to this game. I got it on Tuesday, it is now Sunday. I have already played it for 10 hours, seeing as much little time as I have on the week. And I didn't have much time yesterday to play it. That's a pretty long time for me to be playing this game. It's amazing. So I decided I'm gonna play it, and I'm going to record it. I'm gonna play on normal, and I'm gonna create some characters. Yep, that's a character. I'm gonna do making the characters off screen, but I am just going to show. In the end, I'm going to summarize everything that I've made. So, yeah. All right. So here's how I have found a successful way to play in this game, at least. So I have my first two people are going to be both fighters. One is a Minotaur, because Minotaurs generally, or naturally I should say, have more health, and they're good for tanking. I always, I like to put him as tough with more health and have skill and armor. I gave him as much strength as possible and some vitality. That's pretty much that. I also gave him Headhunter because it increases his attack power for each skull carried, and skulls shouldn't be too hard to find. I found a few, and I didn't pick them up because I didn't have this trait, and I feel like this would be useful. My second person, this is Fidel Cashflow. My second person is Fidel. I'm going to change his portrait to something a little more funny. I like that one. That one's better. Suits Fidel. I have him athletic and evasive, and I'm going to put him into athletics, I believe. I have 4 skill points available, and Fidel, he's going to be a bit faster hitting than Fidel Cashflow, and so I'm going to put his skills into athletics. I'll level up his armor later, but I'm going to get him to a good place in the athletics tree. Third person is going to be a rogue lizard man. Before I had a rogue human, and I realized that humans actually would be better for fighters, and lizard men would be really good for rogue, because I believe they have naturally more dexterity, so that's good. And let me change the portrait. I like this one. It suits rogue, I suppose. I like having them in throwing weapons because you can have them throw weapons from behind the rest of the pack, which I'll explain how that works a little bit more if you're not familiar with it. And then the fourth is a mage, and Insectoid I find the best because they have naturally high energy, I believe, and they're also kind of weak, and that's not necessarily just with the mage. The mage has less health, but Insectoids are kind of weak as it is. And I put most of his points into willpower so he can have more attack with his spells, and the rest into dexterity so that he is more accurate and can perform spells a slightly more haste manner. But I'm not sure if that actually happens or not. I really don't know, but I assumed it did because vitality I don't need for him, and strength he doesn't need. His traits: aura and strong-minded, more energy, more willpower, and I believe for the rogue, yeah, I did aggressive and skilled. So that's going to be that. So I'm going to start up the game and explain a little bit more in that, and then we're going to start. Alright, so this is kind of the story behind how you get into the mountain of Grimrock. You're kind of just like a prisoner. Supposedly you're falsely accused, and I think I've clicked through this. I guess I'll read it. A towering spire looms over the clouds. A weathered rock has stood tall for ages, longer than histories of men have been written down. It is a desolate place now, only remembered for when things need to be discarded and forgotten. An airship struggles to gain altitude as it floats towards the peak. So you're up on that airship up there. And then there's this place. It's kind of strange. 4 prisoners bound by heavy chains emerge from the ship. The court accuses them of terrible treasonous deeds, but by the grace of the king, their crimes shall be forgiven atop Mount Grimrock. Forgiven? Okay, you're throwing me into a dungeon filled with huge monsters and whatnot, but okay. So there's us. Their final trial is at hand. Numerous prisoners have received their pardons here, yet none have returned to live their life in freedom. They're at the very top of the world, and below them is only darkness. Or below them only darkness and justice awaits. So pretty much what they did is they built a giant dungeon inside this mountain. And it's actually an interesting thought, but it's kind of horrible. As they are plunged down the open maw at the peak, or down the open maw at the peak, their crimes are absolved. Everyone before them has perished in the guts of the mountain. But will you be able to lead them through the dark and to their freedom that awaits them at the base of Mount Grimrock? So your goal is going to be to get out of Mount Grimrock, and I haven't gotten there yet. I don't know how long that takes. I believe the max level is 22, and the highest level I've gotten to is 7. So that means I have not gotten anywhere near, more than likely. Alright, so this is not my first time, but just so that message goes away, I will do that. Okay. So what this is it's a time-based, I guess you could say, first-person RPG. That's actually exactly what it is. It's a first-person RPG. But you can only move in 4 directions, and you cannot move diagonally. And to turn, I like to use the mouse, and then you can just kind of move your mouse around and move. So that's that. Let's see. I don't think there's a skull around here. There shouldn't be, at least. This game is really cool because what it is, it's a lot of exploring. There's a lot of puzzles. There's a lot of secrets. There shouldn't be anything in here that I remember, at least. No, there isn't. Alright, so, okay. Choose your fate. Perish in this cell or pick up the torch. So, yeah. This is our first puzzle, if you'd say. Well, that was a very hard puzzle. Alright, so now you have a torch, which is going to be very useful for you. And then, yeah, so we're going to walk over here. We're going to pull down this chain, and this is going to be a very common thing to opening doors, is pulling down a chain. Let's see, there's going to be some armor right here, and I'm going to have my human fighter carry most of the armor. I am going to, however, give all of this armor to my my Minotaur Fidel Cashflow at first. And for the weapon, I will give the weapon to my Minotaur as well. Because this axe is horrible. I absolutely hate it. It is the worst weapon that I have found in the whole game. It decreases your accuracy by 5, so you're pretty much like swinging blind. Let me see, actually, does my, yeah, his accuracy, let's see, accuracy, no, is that not something, I swear there was an accuracy statistic somewhere. Alright, whatever. So, now you can hear there's things rustling around somewhere. And here is a rock. So, step on the plate. Door opens. Alright, I'm going through. Well, no. So, you gotta place it. Place the rock there. Which I actually want that rock, because I can throw it at people and hurt them. But, oh well. I will live for now. Let's give that to him. I'm gonna actually give my torch to my mage, because he can't really do much right now. I don't think, at least. He shouldn't be able to. Let's just head over this direction, because I don't want to head through the door yet. And we have a key. We need that. I'm going to assume that actually has to open that door over there. Okay. Key, door. And got another more writing here. Loose rock. So, the first mechanic, loose rocks, open stuff. Get money. Yeah. Pretty much how that works. Profit is essentially how that works right there. So it's pretty, the game is pretty basic in the beginning, and the fact that I know kind of where I'm going and what I'm doing makes it a little easier. So here is our first enemy of the game. These things are really annoying. They're just kind of like annoying. That's really it. So I'm going to throw that at him. And I wonder if my mage actually has a spell yet. So let's find out. He does. That's useful. Then I'm just going to punch this thing to death. Because my guys are inaccurate as crap right now. They can't really hit anything. And I don't have any throwing weapons. So this is going to be my main attack for right now. My mage is very useful. I'm going to move my mage, actually, because I have my mage here in my main game. My main playthrough, the first time I played through this. More armor, yay. And I believe we get a little dagger. A knife, actually.